Thank you to Kyle Passmore for that fantastic performance. I'm delighted to introduce to you this evening, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I'm delighted to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening, actor Nicholas Bailey and our amazing ambassador of Tappy Twins. This is his 25th year in the entertainment business as actor, presenter and singer. He's worked extensively on stage and screen, most notably spending 3 years as Dr. Anthony Truman in BBC One's EastEnders. Please give a round of applause, Nicholas Bailey.
Thank you, Lee. Hello. I said hello. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having me. It's a huge, huge privilege for me to be here tonight with you. Before I get into sort of the ramble, as it were, I wanted to start off with some acknowledgements. And the very first is for a single person. She's my cousin, she's my friend, and she's a real inspiration to me. And she's been at the center alongside many, many other people in making this wonderful night possible. She's a real inspiration, not only to the children that she helps, but also to everybody who comes into contact with her infectious energy, with her ability to inspire, and with her focus on the purpose of her life, which is to help kids, some of whom are in very much dire need. Henceforth, she will be known not as Suzanne Skeete, but as Super Sue. Okay, so any of you who meet her this evening, any of you who know her, from now on, she's going to be known as Super Sue. You're a rock star, Sue, and I want to thank you so much for letting me be part of this amazing evening. You really are truly an inspiration. Put your hands together for Suzanne. Of course, no woman is an island, and Sue has been assisted and helped and supported by a whole range of people. Friends, sponsors, volunteers, family members, all sorts of people that have made tonight happen, including the staff here at Edgbaston Cricket Ground, who I want to thank for making this happen and supporting these wonderful children. I have 2 words for you, which kind of define the whole of the speech to come. Those 2 words are, do you. It's not a question. Do you. And that's it, really. I will elaborate, but that's the top and tail and really the heart of what I have to say tonight. 25 years ago, just this summer gone, I left drama school, top drama school. I embarked on my career as an actor, but it was under some duress because I only finished 2 years of a 3-year course. I was summoned to the vice principal's office. He said, "Nick, can I just have a quick chat?" And that quick chat became a crossroads which defined the rest of my life. In the conversation that followed, he told me, amongst other things, that he didn't feel that I had what it took to be a professional actor. I know. And I sat and I nodded and I listened as he told me that he was in the business of producing the stars of the future, and he didn't think I had what it took. He didn't think my voice was good enough for the stage. He didn't think that I would do anything more than The Bill. I thought The Bill was a great show when it was on. I don't think he meant it as a compliment. Yes, have a round of applause for The Bill. And he also said to me that I'd had a vote of no confidence from the people in the cohort. Now, he said to me I had the opportunity to go to the principal and plead my case and that he might let me stay because he liked me. And I said, do you know what? Kind of with a wry smile, I said, I don't really want to stay where I'm not wanted. I don't want to beg for a place. I'm disappointed that you don't see my ability and my passion for what I do the way that I do. But I will write my own script. I will decide what my story does and how it unfolds. I will write it myself. And I chose to leave. As I cleared out my locker, I thought to myself, here you are with nothing, really. I could have come back home to Birmingham and just gone back to university and continued that way as I'd wanted to before. But I decided to stay. And I took the tube. I went up from Earl's Court all the way up to Holloway Road in London to the National Youth Theatre. And I auditioned for the part of Brutus in Julius Caesar. Massive part, great part, one of the great parts Shakespeare ever wrote. And I got the part. The audition went well. And 6 weeks later, I had an agent. Very good agent. I wrote to 25, 2 replied, 1 came, and he's very complimentary, took me on. My first job in November of 1993, so 25 years ago this month, no prizes for guessing what show that was on. The Bill. The Bill. And I had a great time. Now, the reason why I'm talking about that is because we all have stories. We all have communication, the communication that we spread to the world and the communication that we have within ourselves, with ourselves. In this centenary year, 100 years since the end of the First World War, we're reminded of sacrifice. We're reminded of service, resilience. But above all, we're reminded of the human will and what we can do in the context of the right circumstances. Now, we all face obstacles in life. We have more potential and more resilience than any of us realize. We're here tonight to celebrate some extraordinary young people. And anybody who is a hero will tell you, you don't wake up one morning and say, I'm heroic. You exist within your response to what is around you and what happens to you. And these extraordinary young people that we're here to celebrate tonight have shown that with the force of will and the passion to survive, to thrive, to receive love where it is, that really anything is possible. And I think there's a huge lesson to be learned. So I'm hugely inspired to be here and privileged to be amongst you tonight. I read a book recently called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And the big quote from that is amor fati. Amor fati is Latin for love your fate. And what that means is accept what happens to you because it does not define you. Everything that happens to us is an opportunity for us to learn more about ourselves. And it is in our response to adversity that we are sometimes defined. We are all of us here to focus and to be forged by things that are bigger than ourselves. We're all here for a singular purpose. And in life, that purpose is there if we just reach out and grab it. But first we have to ask ourselves one big question, and it's good to ask yourself this question as often as you possibly can, and that question is, who am I? Who are you? Look in the mirror and ask yourself, are the circumstances in which I find myself of my making? Am I in control? I may not be in control of what's around me, but I'm in control of what I think and feel and what I do. That is power, and that is freedom. In life, you reach crossroads, and each of our crossroads are different. But we have to look inside ourselves and look for that authentic inner person in order to discover what we do at those crossroads, because those decisions define us and they define our experience of the world around us. And these young people here tonight that we're here to celebrate, and this great charity we're here to support tonight, reminds us that we have those opportunities. Young people that have been through so very much. And it makes me reflect on my life and what I can do with it. Because we are all here to be special. We're all here to spread our wings and fly. You see, the present is all that exists. The future doesn't exist, it hasn't happened yet. The past is in the past. Always best to nod to it, doff your cap to it, but to leave it there. We can take control of our present. We can take control of our lives and the people around us more than we realize, although it feels sometimes like we can't. There's always more we can do. There's always somebody we can reach out to. So, I had a bit of trouble preparing for tonight, and I've done a handful of speeches before, keynote speeches. I had a bit of trouble tonight because I thought to myself, how do I put what tonight means to so many of us into words? And it suddenly occurred to me to leave myself alone, so I didn't prepare really very much for this, because I trusted that the importance of tonight and the importance of celebrating these young people was enough. And as a judge and as an ambassador and as somebody who is a real advocate of what many people in this room are trying to do for young people, I thought to myself, it will come. Trust it. It will come. We're all here to spread our love. We're all here to support each other and support the children we're here to celebrate. So I thought, how can I contribute? So I sat downstairs on the first floor about 10 minutes before this started, and I wrote down a few things that I've learned, and I hope they're of some benefit to somebody in the room tonight. The first is beware of the naysayers. There's always somebody out there who doesn't want you to do what you want to do, though you feel in your heart you should do it, especially the well-intentioned naysayers, because really what they're telling you about is about themselves. You can only be defined by what you feel in your own heart and your own gut, and it's nothing to do with anyone else. The next thing is that I've learned is go for gratitude. Wake up every morning and think about 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that are special, that are there for you. It's a great way to start your day, and it's a great way to think, and it's a great way to live your life, because there's always a silver lining. The next is kind of, and I paraphrase from Warren Buffett, one of the great investors of all time. When asked once what we should invest in, expecting, a bit of a diatribe and a conversation about stocks and shares, he said, invest in yourself. And I would echo that. I come up from a world where you have to work. You have to develop your skill set. And I would say to all of you, that's the best way that I've found to live my life. Focus on you. Life isn't good or bad, it just is. If you keep an open heart, engage, trust your empathy, connect with other people, allow the love that's around you to come to you, then it will come. But really, the biggest love you can have is the love inside your heart that is created by you. You have the power to plant that and let it grow inside you. Life is an autobiography. It's up to you whether you hand the pen to somebody else and let them write. But then it's about the power to do that, and that's the freedom. Nobody can take it. You can give it away, but nobody can ever take it. So I would say in conclusion, never do them. Always do you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you once again to our ambassador, Nicholas Bailey. It's now time for you to enjoy your meal. Please remember that during dinner, our ladies will be walking around from the silent auction. Please don't forget to make your bids. Enjoy your food.